What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Sammy V Sessions. I'm here for episode 10 with Ford. Woo! So excited. My second guest ever. For those of you that are not familiar, I am a personal trainer, a fitness instructor, and a cycle instructor. And Ford here is one of my coworkers at Vital, and he's also a cycle instructor. And that's what we're here to talk about today. So, Ford, do you want to introduce yourself? Maybe some things that I might have left off.
I mean, that's what I am right now, cycling instructor. My name's Ford. I've been in New York for 10 years.
I think that makes you an official New Yorker now.
Yes.
I think 10 years is that mark.
They say. Yep. I've been at Vital for 4 years teaching. Woo. I was at another gym before that for like 2-ish years. I don't know. Pandemic blurs a lot of the memory, but yeah, I do like a little bit of comedy as well, some acting.
Ooh,
and I'm a babysitter too.
Yeah, okay.
A great passion of mine. I've been with one kid for almost 10 years.
So would you consider yourself a nanny? Or is that like a live-in, like
that's like
a manny? What
yeah,
are they called?
I'll take whatever term people throw at me. I'm like I less care about the semantics of it in that way, but it's just one boy that I've been with for 10 years. So it also feels kind of like a bit beyond like babysitting or nannying, just like he's my little friend, my little pal that I've had. I mean, I've been with him since he was 2. So it's
That's
like
crazy.
It's actually really crazy. It's like
You've probably seen all the badass things that he does too.
But he's amazing. He's really sweet and like nice. He's nice. Oh. And his mom is great, and so he's just been raised with a good head on his shoulders.
Yeah, and then they turn into teenagers.
I know. I'm scared.
They turn into gross teenagers.
I have 2 nieces too who are
how old are they?
They're like the same age as him. They're like just around his age, and they're heading into teendom, and it's scary. It scares me a lot.
I have a nephew who's going to be 17 this year. Oh my God. And Jess, if you're listening to this, you already know you've just been through the ringer with this one. But yeah,
I feel like 17, it's like you can start to see the other side a little bit.
Yeah,
they like really start to shape out. You're like, I know where you're going to land as an adult. Like you still have some stuff ahead of you, but
I agree. He's got a job now. He's working at a supermarket, making some coin.
Okay, Jess.
But yeah. So now I started my spin journey on Twitch. I was just telling you that before, like on my Peloton, like just streaming to Twitch, doing nothing. And I kind of wanted to use this podcast platform to introduce to people that want to get into spin, how they do it, like what's the steps to do that. So take me through your journey. Like from the moment you were like, I like this.
Yeah.
This is cool.
Yeah. I have like a bit of a like long rampway into fitness in general. I grew up like really big and a really athletic family I had, but I was not the athlete. I was usually inside, just drawing and being gay as hell. But I started like working out a little bit in college. I started running a lot and got really into running, and then it was hurting my knees, and I was doing it too much. I was kind of addicted to running. And so when I got out of college and moved to New York, I was like, what's something that I can be a bit more just like normal about? And someone had taken me to a Peloton class in like 2016. I was like,
oh, this was like the start.
This was
of
like
Peloton,
when it was like just like the studio, and like I just kind of rolled up. I had no idea what it was about. There was. Do
you remember who the instructor was?
I don't remember who the instructor was at all. But I remember the friend that took me. It was like a friend from college, and she was visiting, and she's like, I heard about this place. I want to go and try it out. So I remember that. But there was I sort of like skipped a little thing. In college we had this like instructor. I don't know how to describe her. She had become a cycling instructor in New York, but she came back to our school, and she had finished with like a master's degree in our program. And she was like, oh, you're going to need a survival job when you move to New York. Like, I work at this place called Soul Cycle, and it's really great. Like, I'm a new instructor there. Cut like 10 years later, this girl,
Not Soul Cycle being a survivor job.
Yes. But her name's Bevan Prince. She's amazing.
Is she still teaching there?
So she started her own studio. She teaches. Yeah, she like has like a whole operation running that's like really fierce. It's called Recess. It's in North Carolina, in Wilmington, North Carolina. Shout out to Bevan. But she like put the like little seed that it was like, this is a job if you ever want it. This is like something that's in New York that's happening, easy to get like a front desk job. So I had like pocketed that when I took the Peloton class. I was like, wait, this is kind of fun. Like maybe I could just like go work at one of these places. And so that's like what sort of headed me towards a SoulCycle job. I interviewed at like a couple of them. No, I lied. I interviewed at one SoulCycle and I just like liked the girls that were managing it so much. And like I walked out, I was like, I want to work here. They're like, we want you to work here. So I had like a front desk job by the second I walked away from my interview. So that's how I like got into the cycling studio, was just kind of earnestly being like, I need a job. And I liked the one class I took. And then when I got there, I was like hearing the music and seeing people come out like beat red and like I was like, oh my God, I'm never taking a cycling class. Like that's so scary.
So now you're just confirming to everybody that when you leave your cycling class, yes, you look crazy and yes people can see.
Yes. And depending on like how the studio is laid out, sometimes it's like really funny because people slam the door open and they're like gasping for air.
Oh my God.
They really come out like war torn. It's funny to see. But yeah, sorry, I'm really long-winded, so this is not going to be like a short little story.
Why are you apologizing?
I don't know. I guess my mom told really long stories and I always appreciated them, but I was also like, hurry it up a little bit.
This podcast name is going to be episode 10 Ford. Why would I not ask you to tell all of your stories? It's literally an episode about you.
So I've got stories. I've got stories to tell.
So you get the front desk job. You're like, I'm never doing this cycle thing. What makes you change your mind?
So I took Rachel Warren. I took her class. She now runs a place called Forward Space. It's like a dance fitness class on the Lower East Side of New York. She's amazing with her partner, Kristen Sudeikis. It's like a really...
Oh, that sounds familiar.
Kristen Sudeikis is like a celebrity choreographer.
Yeah, okay.
And yeah, she's incredible. She was like choreographing a lot of like music videos and stuff and a lot of like kind of like pop-up events, like and she was on the Today Show and stuff. And anyways, the two of them together opened up that place. But cut back to when they were at this like cycling studio, I went and took Rachel's class, just like my manager caught on that I hadn't taken a class and I was like setting people up, and she was like, you need to take a class before you're like telling people what to do in the room. So I like walk into this like first SoulCycle class. I was like 5 minutes late and Rachel was like so
not the
cool.
Front desk person late.
I know. And I knew better even then.
Right.
But I walked in. I didn't know like my own settings. I'd been setting people up, but I was like, I'll just get on the bike. It's going to be fine. My knees were like up to my nose and I'm just like, what's going on? But Rachel was like so amazing. She came over and she was like, yeah, she learned my name right away. And she was like, yeah, Ford. And she's like dancing with, she always had really fun dance moves. She's a dancer as well. So she would like come over and just like dance with me on the bike. And she was like, that was really fun, right? And like hyped me up. And so then I was like, oh, she's like really cool. So I'd taken my first class and I was like, okay, that's enough. I never have to do it again. And I like taught I worked at the front desk for like 2 more months and was like, okay, like maybe I never have to take another class. Maybe the one was enough. And then this guy, Parker, walked into the studio and he was really cool. He was really, really cool. And he goes into the studio and plays some sounds I had like never heard.
And
I was like,
sounds.
Literally. And I was like, what's going on in there? I was like, that is like really cool music. Like I've never heard music like that. And that's kind of what like Parker's known for, is like he has really, really, he just has his ear to the ground on like music. He's like, he DJs and he DJs like runway shows, and he's got like great musical taste. And so I went and took one of his classes and I was like, wait, this is like really cool, because it's like that thing I like to do of like the cycling and the dancing, but it's also just like really interesting music. So it's like there's kind of the second layer to the experience of just like you like walk out with like 3 new songs that you want to listen to every day. And before that, I'd only like thought of it as like, oh, it's workout music versus like my listening music. And he was like the first person to kind of like merge the two worlds. So then I was like, I mean, like literally immediately when I took my first Parker class, I was like, wow. So I went to his class like 3 times a week and was just like, this is amazing.
As somebody who takes your classes, I go to your classes and I'm like, wow, this is just sounds. I don't know this music. Ford has a very interesting taste in his classes. If you've ever taken Ford's class, you understand. But now I know where that might have sparked your interest in teaching music because that's definitely you. Like how you see Parker is how I see Ford's class. Wow,
thank you. Yeah. I mean, I really like, for a while, maybe it was like a little like unhealthy sort of mapping of my personality to his, where I was just like
a parasocial.
Literally, I was just like, oh, he's so cool. I want to be like that. And now it feels like more earnest. Now I like, because I'm also like maybe like I'll play any kind of music. I don't think Parker would ever play like a musical theater song, and I've been known to like slide 1 or 2 of those into class before. So 100%. I still like let like all the sort of facets of my own personality come through. But yeah, after like Parker kind of like, after his music like really got me into it, then I just started taking other instructors and got really like obsessed and became friends with like a couple of the instructors and was like, I think I want to do this. So within like 4 months time, I was taking like 3 classes a day.
The famous line of, I think I want to do this. Every instructor, whether it's fitness, it's personal training, it's cycling, yoga, whatever it is, we've all had that, I think this might be for me.
And listen, I say if that's like the seed, follow it.
Right,
and it has to be that. Because if it's like, oh, I'll make a lot of money doing this.
We can both tell you right now that is false.
Walk away.
Right. There's not a lot of money in this.
But it's fun. I mean, connecting with people is great. Like, and it gets all kinds of reputations. And I think I'm kind of one of the harsher critics on the like reputation that like a fitness instructor will have. I'm like, oh, that's a really like corny. That's really chuggy. That's really like this, that, and the other.
Wait, what's chuggy?
Chuggy's like a word. I don't think anyone's using chuggy anymore. I heard about it like 2 years ago, but I just decided in this moment I'm going to bring it back.
Babe, have you heard that word?
Chuggy's like internet. It's like Gen Z internet speak. But
then
like millennials caught on, started using it, and then Gen Z was like, ooh no, like chuggy's gross. Like don't use chuggy. My nieces were really getting on to me for using chuggy. It means like it's like kind of like corny. It's like
uncool,
it's very, like,
trying too hard to be trendy. Wait, we can cut this out if you want to. How old are you?
I'm 32.
Oh, I was gonna say, are you a Gen Z? And I'm sitting here like Gen Z. Okay, no. Okay, millennials in the house.
Yes,
perfect.
Yes,
fantastic.
I have like a just specific caliber on like fitness instructor personalities, and I think it's because I've like been in it for a minute.
Wait, what do you mean? Like, you have a specific like somebody you want to take that can't be corny, cringy, chuggy?
More like I'm more like repelled by people who I'm like, I feel like you're doing this for like money or like celebrity or like some kind of, I just am more connected. If someone can like speak to like the present moment, I think like it depends on what the workout class is and like the style of the class, but I respond best to instructors who are just like can kind of speak off the cuff, can like push you in a hard workout. I'm there to like work out and sweat, but I'm also there to like have a little fun. I think sometimes it's like I can like read through you if you're like rehearsing a script, like saying some stuff that doesn't feel really like real. So I like tend to like lean away from the people who are like speaking like aphorisms and like metaphors and stuff. I mean, every once in a while it works, and sometimes every class it works, but only if you can like really live in it and like speak it. And those are the instructors that I like show up for. I have another instructor that I take still to this day because I just like love her. She's like really real and
shout
like
her out?
Yes, Claire J.
Hey,
you know how much I love you.
Is she a soul cycle instructor?
She's a soul cycle instructor. She also works at, she teaches like some mat classes at Practice Room in Williamsburg and in NoHo. And she started DJing this year. She's like, end of last year, but she's incredible. You have to, if you're not on the Claire J train.
When do you take her Soul Cycle classes?
I go on, if you want to come ride with me, I go on Fridays. Fridays at 12:30 p.m. Williamsburg Studio.
I have a whole job.
I know. If I'm taking a fitness class, it's when nobody else is. Except Saturdays. I still take Parker's classes on Saturdays.
What time?
12:15.
I could do that. My class ends at 11:45.
But don't put too many people on them because they get sold out easily. And I have trouble getting in. And I'm me.
And you can't take forward seat.
Yes.
No, but seriously, no. I want to go take one of these classes with you.
No, they're fun. We'll go to Claire's class.
I did take one Soul Cycle class, and that was with Amanda. Self-Love Cycle Amanda. She was great. The class was great. I don't know how I feel about no screens on the bike, though. I don't know how fast I'm going. I'm very type A.
Yeah.
Like, I need you to tell me, go 90, go 100, go 120.
It's so funny. I have such the opposite experience because I started at Soul Cycle where there
Hold on 1 second. Excuse me. Is she okay? Yeah, is she upside down?
No, she was playing with the ball.
Can you hear Ford fine?
Yeah, I could.
Okay. Sorry, go ahead.
I have like the opposite experience with the screens of it all because when I started at Soul Cycle, there's no screens on the bike
at
all, and I just had that's how we had to learn to like ride. So as a student, I like learned how to do that of just like listening to the drum beat and you like match your legs to the pace, like 1 2 1 2. And I took this one instructor there all the time who was like, she would always play like music that wasn't set to like a 4/4 rhythm. So it was also, you got a chance. I have a music background. I like studied music in college. So I always like responded to classes that were a bit more like musical and like moved around the music. So I could like, I just like learned like through like ear training kind of to like ride without the screen and not like lock it to a number, but instead lock it to like a feeling.
Yeah.
So
yes, we were talking about screens. Okay. Anyway.
But I guess where I'm at in the story is just I was at Soul Cycle for like a little bit. I was front desk for a year. I did like my Soul Cycle audition in May or June of 2018. May or June of 2018. I'd been like working there since the like previous September. At the Tribeca location, and I was.
So you didn't do any certifications, nothing like that, no books, just the audition.
So just the audition. But again, I was taking 3 classes a day.
Jesus.
A day. I was not. You remember earlier when I said I wanted something more normal than being addicted to running?
You found another.
I just started being really, really insane about cycling.
Right.
And I was like, I just like loved it. And it's like such an endorphin rush cycling that it's like, you just really get like locked onto that feeling of just being like, whoa, like you go like so fast on the bike and then you like push, especially these instructors at this gym, they get you moving real quick. We don't go as fast at Vital, which I appreciate. With my 32-year-old knees, young but not young enough, and they really like feel the speed. So it's nice to like slow down a little bit now. But back then I was like, oh my god, we were going fast on the bike.
Right, you don't even know how fast because there's no screen to tell you the numbers.
Exactly, and that was also the nice thing is that it's like you never had to like. That's the nice thing about no numbers is that like you can't like. You never like lock yourself out from like the challenge, which I feel like sometimes the screens do because you're like, oh, like last class I did this. I'm going to get just a little bit more, but I'm not going to go like beyond that. Where like when there's no screen, we were just like, this feels, it's like this feels harder. Like, I don't know how much harder, but like feels harder. Mind you, it's like, yeah, just we were doing wild things while we were there. But I did my instructor audition in like May or June. And then I got accepted into the program and it was a pretty rigorous, low paying, training program.
Emphasis on the low paying.
Emphasis on low pay. It was like 4 hours and it was also just like the timing of it. It was hard to have a job at the same time. Again, I was like babysitting, so that was helpful, but it's right in it would like start at noon and at 4 p.m. but it was 5 days a week for 7 weeks.
That's crazy.
And so that was like there was no like NASM certification or like any kind of like cycling certs, but it was its own training. And we had like
and with a name like Soul Cycle, if you went somewhere and was like, oh, I did Soul Cycle training, like it counts as like a certification kind of thing.
Yeah. Especially at the time, it was like top of the tops.
Right.
And and there were like, I mean, we had some like physical therapists come in, like we did some like muscle, we learned about muscles. Sounds like I'm lying, but we did. I swear it. I know what I'm doing. Okay, I'll keep you safe on the bike. Safety was paramount. That was like a big part that they taught too, was like on like form and body position, so that you weren't like just hopping on the bike and throwing people into it. And that's why the training was so long. So after that, then I just got tossed onto the schedule, and it's a lot of like trial by fire. And I think that's like kind of like, if I was going to give advice to people, it's like, if you like it, follow the seed of that versus the money, and then like get somewhere that's going to give you some classes and just like learn on your feet, get kind of comfortable being uncomfortable.
That was literally my next question. Any advice for someone thinking that they want to start teaching spin?
Yeah. I mean, I would say that. I would say like, go where you're into the culture, into the people, into the like whatever they're offering. And if you can't get there, get where you can and like make it your own. Do what you want to do with it. And just, I mean, I don't know. I think so. I think it's a lot of learning on your feet. I think it's like
100%.
You were talking about the like Twitch classes of it all during the pandemic. So I taught at Soul Cycle for a year and a half. Then I was like furloughed for a little bit in March of 2020. And then the week of my birthday, May 2020, I got the chop. And I was like, dang, like
You got fired from Soul Cycle?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Because they weren't doing classes, or like
they cut a lot of us. They had they really slowed down operations, and then they started to bring people back. But I'm like, I get myself into trouble a lot because I have a lot of opinions on things, if you haven't noticed. We all? And I decided to share those pretty boldly on the internet, and I think I blacklisted myself a little bit. It's like it's what I think, and it might not have happened, but I was like tagging Soul Cycle in like posts, and I was like, and you fired my friends, and you did this, and this one time when I was teaching there, like you really pissed me off, and like which is fine. I mean, I'd rather like say it than not say it. Like,
listen, hindsight is 2020.
Yeah,
maybe we shouldn't have done that on the internet.
Right. I definitely think like the internet, and also just like I think anybody like who I would have wanted to read it wasn't reading it, and anybody like I don't think it moved anything. And now I know collective action is the way to go. I wish I organized my coworkers, and then we could be pissed off together, but instead I was just like screaming into the void a little bit. Anyways, I tried to go back to Soul Cycle a couple times. I tried to go back one time.
You're good. Sorry.
Okay. No, you're good.
I'm in the frame, right?
Yeah, you guys are good.
Okay.
Okay.
I was just checking.
It's recording, yes? Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Imagine. Gonna do it all over again. All right, you tried to go back to Soul Cycle.
I tried to go back to Soul Cycle. At one point, they asked me to come back. I was like ghosted a couple times. So I was like, that kind of just like breaking up, because it was important to me for a while, the like Soul Cycle of it all. And then I found out it was just like the cycling was important to me. But it was like maybe a little bit of a toxic relationship,
right?
Like a bit of a toxic breakup, where it was like, like, okay, we're not going to text each other, and be like, you up? And I was like, no, I'm not up. Okay, I'm down. Right. But when I was gone from Soul Cycle, I ended up with oh my God, y'all remember those pandemic checks?
The what, stimulus checks?
Stimulus checks.
Holding us all down.
I used that.
Get another one.
I used that to buy a Stages bike. The bikes that we have at Vital.
Yeah.
It's like a bike that a lot of cycling studios use. They're like robust. They're nicely made. And I'm like tall. There's a lot of mass to me. So I tried to buy like a bike off of like Amazon or Walmart or something, and I broke it. I sat on it and I broke it immediately, and I was like, damn, like I did not know I was caked up like that. And so I I returned the bike and I was like, oh,
Not returned it broken.
Yeah, well, I returned it and I was like, oh, something was wrong when y'all sent it to me. And I'm like outside, like, I think I can say that. I think I can say that and they won't catch me. I don't know that
Right.
they
No.
you know, watching this, but, no, so then I bought a Stages bike.
Stage, how much was the Stages bike?
Oh my God.
Remember?
So the bike
Let's
was,
see how much it is now.
the bike was one cost. They're 13. I know this because I check. They're like $1,300.
I mean, it's still cheaper than a Pellet. What? Stages SC3 indoor cycle, $3,400. $3,400.
Me being like, I know this, $1,300. $3,400.
A Bowflex is $900. I didn't even know Bowflex was still in business. $3,400.
That's crazy.
It depends on the brand too.
Yeah.
For sure.
That is crazy.
That's
Okay, I did not
insane.
spend that.
okay.
But I had, so the bike was one cost. And I found
Right.
there were people like selling backstock from like a place. So I found someone in California who was selling it. I don't live in California. And I didn't at the time in the pandemic. So the shipping, that was a whole nother cost.
Oh man.
$600 shipping. And they didn't tell me that. So I bought the bike and they're like, okay, we'll like reach out about shipping like soon. It took a month for them to reach out for shipping. And then they're like, here's your shipping costs. I was like, what the? And I had spent the rest of the check. So I was like,
I have to survive.
I'm like, what are we doing here? So yeah, I got a bike shipped from California to my house. And then I was just like, I was like, let me just like ride. At the time when they like laid us off from SoulCycle as like a parting token, they gave us like an Equinox Plus membership. So I could take like online classes and that was helpful for a while.
Okay.
And then I was like, why don't I just like, I like my own music. Why don't I just like make my own playlist and do it?
Hey.
So kind of like your
with
like
the
Twitch
trade.
situation, I was
Right.
like, let me just like do this for myself. So I would teach and I would like call out like fake people in the room. I'd be like, yeah, Lucy, like you got this. And I was just like riding on my bike. And
so crazy. Like that's not a unique story to a lot of cycling instructors, like how you first start off. Like you will really be in Delulu land and on your bike at home, whether it be a Peloton, a Stages bike, a broken Walmart bike. But whatever the kind of bike it is, you're going to find yourself practicing and calling out people that don't exist and, you know, oh, that's your song and just being Delulu. And that's the only way you're going to make it through.
And it works. I think kind of like with what I was saying earlier, when you can like kind of tell when someone's just like phoning it in or like it's not really earnest. It's like, I think it is a muscle you have to build of like interacting with the room. Cause like, even when I first started teaching at SoulCycle, it felt so like forced. And I was like, oh, I have to say this thing on the bike, or I have to be this like kind of personality in the room. And it took like, I mean, it was really, really long time for me to just figure out that I was like, actually for me, and it's like, everyone has a different style, but for me, I'm like, I don't have to say anything I don't want to say. So sometimes I teach and I don't talk at all. The music, I just turn the music on and then I just like, and then I'll coach you through the class. I'll give you like, there's some dancing. So I'll give you like the movements and stuff, but I never feel like forced to like say anything now, which is nice. But it took kind of that like building that muscle of like shouting people out. So now it's like, if I ever do want to like encourage someone in the room, I'm like, I know it just like comes out, but I actually am also like connected to the thing of it and connected to the people in the room that I can just see what someone's doing and be like, oh yeah, you're working hard, like nice. And it's just like that straightforward versus like, Susan, good job to you. Like, it's just like, yeah, Devin, like, sweet, you're doing it. So yeah, that was like the little like blip during the beginning of the pandemic. That I was like not at like a proper studio, but I was still like doing these sort of like Delulu classes in my head. I had some like instructor friends who also had gotten bikes and they were doing Zoom classes. So I was like taking Zoom classes with them and would dial in Zoom fitness classes. We remember those.
Yeah.
And then, Justin Ross, who was a friend from SoulCycle, I saw on his like Instagram, he was teaching at this new gym.
We love you, Justin.
It was opening like down the street from where I lived. And I was like, This is fun. So I went there. I took a class with a mask on, and we I took one class with Justin. He was like, "We're having instructor auditions this weekend. Do you want to come by?" And I did, and then I got the job, and now I've been at that place for 4 years teaching.
I've been at Vital for 2 years now, so we're getting seniority in that place.
Yes, stepping up.
All right. So, anything else you want to say about your journey?
No.
Up until this point. Okay, cool.
No, that's it.
So my next question. We're in January. It's
Okay.
the last day of January. Right now we're this will come out on Monday. What's Monday's date? The 2nd of February? But we're still in January, so you got your New Year's resolution people. But I've noticed a huge spike in cycling lately at our gym, at other gyms, online. Like during the pandemic, of course, you had like Peloton and all these other online platforms really exploding. And then afterwards, it kind of like dipped down. But I feel like spin in person is coming back. What do you think about that? Do you agree? And why, if you do, why do you think now?
Okay. I don't agree.
No? Okay, tell me.
I don't think it really left.
Oh, okay. I think it did.
I think it's just like, it's cyclical.
Right.
Cycling.
Right.
No, I think it comes and goes. And I think if it was, I think there's a chance for it to come like back.
Mm-hmm.
But I think like, I don't know. And I've also just like seen the trends for a while too. I think like, I don't really feel like we're at the like back yet. I think this is like, I'd be curious to see what the summer looks like. Cause like January,
beginning of the year is hard to like gauge what's really going on.
Mm-hmm. And there's like always an uptick. I think the world is really upsetting right now. And I think people are looking for places to like connect in person.
Absolutely.
And I think fitness is like a 2-for-1 place to turn for that. Cause it's like, I get to connect and I also get to like have an outlet for all this like pent up energy and like the cold. And just like, I mean, this week alone, there's like, people are like protesting and stuff. And I think people are just really feeling like maybe a bit like hopeless or maybe a bit just like angry at like our government and like the world. And they're just like, I need to like do something. And I think fitness has been that, but I think like cycling is like definitely a place to just like release a lot of that energy. So I think like any of the like backness that we're feeling, I think can be contributed to that. I think that's why I like cycling is I don't think it will ever go anywhere because I think it's just like it's a pretty safe workout if you do it right.
Right.
And I mean it's like it's nice. It's nice. When you like push it hard, it can go places it doesn't need to go, but it's like I think it's like there for you. Like it's a pretty like ageless activity. And it's like especially the Stages bikes, what I like about them is that they have like a higher weight capacity than a lot of the other bikes, so it's like it's accessible to a lot of different like body types and backgrounds and like fitness levels. And so I think that it's just like I think it's always going to be there in some capacity. And I think the uptick is like more contributed to just like the state of the world.
Right. I also think that goes into the state of the world with third spaces. Like a lot of people have their house, their work, and not a third space. And especially somewhere like Vital, where we work, if you're not familiar with Vital, Vital's at its heart a climbing gym. So a lot of people come to climb, to come hang out, to come and sit around. I feel like Vital is a very strong third place. So at least at Vital, like we're seeing the uptick in cycling because I think we also got a lot of like new members too. Like even when I look on the schedule, like a lot of people don't have pictures yet.
Yeah.
So I'm like, they're all brand new.
Yeah.
But yeah, that I didn't even think about the state of the world being a reason like why people want to come together and like do something and distract themselves for 45 minutes, listen to good music, have a good time, and then unfortunately go back to the craziness that our society is in right now. Where do you see cycle and fitness moving in 2026?
It's hard to say. I mean, I don't know that I'm the authority on it, but I know where I'd like to see it go.
Okay, we can go with that.
Well, I want to open up my own place.
That was a question coming up.
Okay, cut it.
Cut.
I didn't say that.
Okay, start over. Cut. Take 4. Where do you see cycle and fitness moving in 2026? Like, do you see it continuing to grow? Do you see like maybe online platforms taking heat again? Do you think AI is going to take over? Which I fucking hate AI.
Yeah.
You know, I had somebody in my class ask me the other day, oh, so like, do you use Chat GPT to program your classes?
No. What?
How dare you? How
I
dare
also
you?
feel like, I mean, like, I have so many personal feelings about AI that I could share, but
Same.
for brevity, I just like, it sounds like I don't interact with it really. I don't know what ChatGPT like interface looks like. I never have interacted with it, mostly because I'm just like, it feels like it takes longer to like input all the information, get it back, then have to like file through,
read through it,
like,
make sure it doesn't look AI. No,
it just doesn't seem. I'm just like, and it just doesn't feel like, it feels a bit like soulless, like.
Right.
And if the whole thing I'm doing is trying to like connect people, I'm like, I don't interact with it. So,
right.
But I until you just asked me, I didn't really think about AI coming into, because I think just because it's so like human centered and it's like human interaction and stuff, I thought I didn't have to be scared of it. But
yeah,
I guess that is a way that it could start to like make its way in, or like, oh my God, could you imagine like AI slop fitness classes where it's just like fully AI generated people on a bike.
Right.
Moving. It sounds really scary. So
yeah,
I don't know. Maybe that will start to happen, but I don't know if I see it going anywhere like so far away from where it's at now. I think that's also like, again, kind of going back to it. What I like about it is that it's like, it's pretty stable. I think like it might just stay where it's at. I think we'll probably see like some closures. I think everything's really expensive now.
And a lot of people don't have money. Like a lot of people living paycheck to paycheck, 2-3 jobs.
So I think people are not going to be showing up to classes, and that like, especially the bigger places are going to just like, unfortunately cut a lot of their,
right.
If they have like studios, if they have like staff, like I think a lot of people are going to take the hit. I think people are not going to like have jobs this year. I think like, you know, the job market's insane for everyone. So I think why wouldn't it hit the fitness industry in that way? I think it already has. And I think like every time it seems like we've recovered a little bit, it just gets knocked back down. So who's to say? I'd like to see like some more independent places pop off.
But independent, you need money. That's the problem. So I don't think until the economy is great again will we see more independent places pop up.
If it was ever great.
But so on to right. Next question. Do you see yourself doing this for the rest of your life or something else? Which is why I was asking you. So what are your goals, plans, dreams? Like, what would you do if you weren't afraid? If money wasn't a problem, if your fear of doing something wasn't a problem, if your fear of succeeding wasn't a problem, like, what would you do?
If money was not money, I would have my own studio tomorrow.
Hey.
I would open up my own place tomorrow in an instant. Like I've said a few times, I really am like about the music. I really like music. I really like getting to know other people through their own like musical tastes. And I think that like that can be extended into the like fitness instructor world in like a really fun way. I think kind of going back to what I was saying earlier, I think people think that they have to like do a certain thing or be a certain way to be a fitness instructor. And I think like right now I think like there's like definitely like a resurgence in like music culture and like going 100%. Out culture and like club culture. And I think like
bring back a good club.
There are several. I think you have to know where to look,
where to go,
you know, but I think like it's all there. I don't think it's ever like gone away, but I think like people in the same way that like the third spaces of it all, I think people are just like hungry for that in a way that like feels exciting. And it's like, it's a dangerous kind of like dance of like wanting to like make a sort of like business around it. But I really don't want like, I don't know. I don't want a business. I don't like money like that. And I but I want a place that's like somewhere that queer people specifically can like land and have a job and have a way and place to like move their body, connect with people, work out a little bit. So like if money was not an issue, I'd have a place that's a cycling and dance studio in the daytime, and then it's like a hangout spot all day, and then at night it's a club.
So that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
And I believe in you. I think you can make it happen.
Thank you.
So like at night, like would you like hire DJs? Like what would it be like?
Yeah, I mean, like there's a place doing something. There are a couple places that are like doing versions of this that I like look to as like inspiration. There are a couple like queer boxing gyms.
Oh, I didn't even know that. I'm checking on our pizza. Pizza.
There's a couple of like queer boxing gyms that are doing like a similar kind of thing. And there's like a new, it's like a community center is how it's being described, but it's called the Queer Nightlife Community Center, and it's out in Brownsville.
In Brownsville?
Yeah, there's maybe some contention around it being in Brownsville.
In Brownsville? What are we doing in Brownsville?
What are like, yeah. Why are we moving into Brownsville?
Right.
But I think like what they're trying to do sounds cool.
Yeah, it does. The location's not great, but as in like gentrifying more of Brooklyn. And y'all coming to Queens too. Anyway.
Yeah, I mean that's like kind of the major like critique of this place is like,
but
is the where of it.
It's a nightlife thing?
So it's like what they want to do with it. It seems I'm not like speaking for anyone here, but it seems like they want to like make it a like community resource center for people in nightlife.
Okay.
Nightlife in New York has been around for a long time, but it's like really robust. I've had friends in it for a long time, and I just started like going out and getting involved in it myself in the last like year or so. But it's like a really robust world, and it's like quite hidden, so it makes it like kind of hard to like vouch for or like get resources to people, because it feels like it maybe like to the mainstream it doesn't like exist and stuff. So it seems like they're trying to like make sure people have jobs and resources, legal aid, stuff like that. So it's literally they are like paying rent at this like big warehouse space, and the bottom floor is like an event space, and the top floor is offices that they'll have like these like different kind of departments in that are like outreach for the community.
Oh, okay.
So it's like literally a community center / nightclub. And I think that that's like a really exciting concept.
So if you can have a community center and a nightclub, you can have a spin studio and a dance studio and a nightclub.
You know,
you heard it here first.
You know, I think the like kind of like hybridization of like third space and something else is definitely like appealing. I guess from like a business aspect, it's like if it's like one or the other, it might like you might not get the revenue you need to keep the doors open.
Right.
But if it's like a
both,
little bit of, you know.
Yeah.
And yeah, I anyways, all to say, I think like it'd be cool to have a place that like took care of people. I'd like a place that's like worker owned and yeah, if there's anybody out there who's interested in donating like a cool $2 million, hit me up.
You don't know who's watching this podcast, Ford.
I don't.
Put it out there.
Hit me up.
You want to be a sponsor to this nightclub / spin studio that's a safe space for queer people? Holla at us. Call us. DM me. Message
and I'll
me.
keep it in like I'll keep it close to the neighborhood I've already stolen land in. So that
no more gentrification for this studio space. Okay. So you mentioned that you went to, maybe you didn't mention, but you did go to school for performing arts.
Mm-hmm.
How do you think that's helped you on the podium? And you also were part of an improv group. So how do you think that helps you with that, finding your style and being authentic on the podium?
I think that like
for those of you that don't know the podium, like where the instructor bike is, that's our podium. That's what I'm referring to.
And it's like, it's elevated a little bit, feels like a stage. So I think it's like a pretty one-to-one translation of like what I studied in school and what I like lived for a long time. But yeah, I think it's like a pretty like directly translatable skill set. Especially the like improv. I think improv was like hugely impactful in like how I like relate to the room and operate within it. I think improv gave me a lot of confidence and also made me less afraid of just things going wrong. And with like a like fitness class, things go wrong literally every time. There's a lot of, especially cycling, there's just a lot of, and especially at certain places that we may or may not work at, there's like not a lot of support in the room in real time. There's like, and there's a lot to manage. There's like microphones and sound tech and the air conditioning and the bikes themselves and people doing really wild stuff on a bike that you're not telling them to do. So it's like there's a lot to like manage in real time, and so you have to get really comfortable with just like shit going wrong and you just have pivoting. To like, get over it. Yeah.
Yep.
And I mean I'm a perfectionist, so it's like that was hard for me for a long time to just be able to let go of some of these things, and I'm still not great about it. I'll like sometimes I will think about
something that happened in class for days. Like I'll think about it and it'll make me angry all over again.
And I will say like improv really helped me get over that, because it was just like you just have the one 45-minute chance to do it, and then you just like it's best to just move on and like and focus on the like things that did work, enhance those, and then like yeah, it's like replacing like or like I don't know, fortifying things that go right and go well, and like focusing on that energy, and all the like bad stuff will just like fall away more and more, and you'll just like keep getting it like cleaner and better and like more like fun. I think or whatever you want it to be. If you want it to be like hard and obnoxious, then do that. Keep doing that and like make it the thing that you want it to be, and just like focus your energy towards that instead of like getting caught up on the things that don't work. And I think that's like, yeah, that's everything improv taught me, was just like just kind of keep on just moving through it. Yeah, exactly. And it's like if you're having fun, then you're having fun, and other people are gonna have fun around you. So and they'll like want to be around that. So yeah, I think that's like definitely what those skills. I think definitely those skills are present,
transferable too. Yeah. So, like I said in the beginning, Ford has interesting music in his classes. I take Ford's classes because it is not music that I usually listen to. Sometimes Ford will have a fire-ass song, and I'm like, Ford, like, I love that you know this song and you put it in your class. But 80% of the time when I take Ford's classes, it is music that I do not know, that I cannot sing to, but I could definitely vibe to. Like, it's always great music, but I like exposing myself to music that I'm not familiar with, and your classes do that often. We're fresh off of Björk's cycle at Vital. Ford did like a week's worth of classes of just Björk's music, and some of us are familiar with Björk from Rosalia's new album Lux. She was on Berghain, is that how you pronounce it, with Yves Tumor, and a lot of us were like taken aback by Björk's sound, by how she sings, her melodies, and you might not be familiar with her, but is it her? Do they go by them? Okay.
No, it's her.
Okay.
It's her.
But another reason why I have Ford here is to introduce y'all to Björk. So you want to tell people about Björk that they might not know, like me?
Yeah. Yes. I'll tell you about Björk. Björk is like, she's amazing. She's like one of the ones for me. Just like, I think I can, just vibe out to any of her music at any time.
Good.
And like have a good time. What I like most about her, I like two things about her. I like that her music is good, well made, and that there's such a like rich, robust catalog of music that you can kind of find any sound for any occasion. And the second thing I like about her is that she's not like celebrity obsessed and stuff. So it's really just like about the music for her. And it's like nice to kind of like geek out on music and like I don't know. I just really appreciate it as like a piece of art. Like it's like nice to interact with. I feel pretty like guilt-free interacting with it because I know she's just doing it because she likes making music. And like isn't
and
going to
she's
make
got
an
a
album.
lot of music. If
She's
you look at her catalog, like I have Spotify. I know you have Apple Music, right? I don't know how it works on Apple Music, but if you go to Björk's Spotify, like just hit shuffle and just like start listening to all the different kinds of music that she has.
It's wild. I mean, if I mean, we're in the winter right now. Vespertine is like it's a really incredible like winter album. It sounds like snow on the ground. She has like 11 or 12 albums.
Right.
Um,
She's been around, y'all.
she's been around.
She's been in the game
she was
a
like
while.
she was like making music when she was a little Icelandic child.
She was also in a band first, right? I was reading that.
She was like a child musician in the 70s. She has like an album that not a lot of people know about. I think it's just like self-titled. It's just called Björk. And it's like all like Icelandic songs. And then in the like late 80s, early 90s, she was in a band called the Sugar Cubes. And you've probably heard there's like a song called Leash Called Love that is like in some movies and stuff. A song called Deus.
Is that all from that band?
Yes. And it's really that's like kind of like its own style. It's really like drummy, like I don't know rock styles that much, but it's like it's kind of like rock, like 90s rock. Maybe prog rock is what they call it, but maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong there. And then she started doing like solo stuff early 90s, and it's really great. She works with a lot of like really cool producers. She after like the album's done, she'll send her music out to producers to remix it, but she'll also then like come back and lay new vocals on top of it. So it's like she always kind of she still has her hand in the music even when it's like completely like reinvented and new. So I like a lot of Björk's like original music, but I also really like her remixes a lot.
Like the one you showed me. What was the name of that one?
It's I Miss You, but it's the BHRH Music Factory.
Yes, it's I Miss You, the RH Factor Lovely Mix. It was so good. Y'all, imagine a cycle song starting like this. Like, where is this going? Where is this going? And then I'm going to skip it. Please, listen to this house beat that she has on it. Like, amazing. So, if you've never heard Björk, go listen to her. What you have any interesting facts about her? That you might know? I know you do a lot of Björk cycles at Vital. So, like, I figured you might know something.
Yeah, I think, like, it was funny. Someone that we work with was asking me the other day. He's from the UK, and he was asking me if she was ever as big here as she was there, that she was, like, household name, known for her music. I think, like, maybe it's not an interesting fact, but I feel like growing up, at least where I grew up in South Carolina, like, she wasn't really a household name because of her music. She was a household name because people put her in the tabloids a lot because she like didn't like attention like that, and there were a couple times that like paparazzi tried to like fuck with her, and she also had a stalker. She had a stalker like early on in her solo career that mailed her anthrax. I think like mailed her like
my god.
Yeah, mailed her like a substance and wrote a blog post about it, or like wrote a video and published it on the internet. FBI found it and they like intercepted the package before Björk got it. But I think that really kind of freaked her out. And this is all like lore. I don't know Björk at all.
Right.
But this is like the story. Allegedly.
Rumors.
Björk, don't sue me, please.
Right.
I really appreciate you as an artist. But I think it like the kind of story is that it really like scared her. She had a child, and so she moved to Spain and kind of like went off the grid, and now has like a really private life. And like legend has it that if you kind of like interact with her of like, oh my god, you're Björk, like you're the Björk, and like all this stuff, she'll really not respond well to that, like just kind of be like, but if you're like, hey, like lovely weather we're having today, like
just like freaking out internally, like
don't
say it.
I think just like being like like I think she responds to like person to person interaction. So
Right. So like you were saying, she's never been like big. You're the only reason I knew who she was when I heard her on the song with Rosalia and Yves Tumor, and I was like,
it's that girl.
oh my goodness. I was like, this is the person that Ford listens to. Let me hear it. And then of course I was thrown off because if you've heard the song, it's kind of like, it's not, I don't want to say harsh to the ears. It's like shocking. It's not something Rosalia usually does, but it's something that Yves Tumor and Björk does. Like it's not strange to them. So it's new to us, not new to them. So I need to listen to more of her music and kind of like dive deeper. But now on this podcast, we have Song of the Week. Let me know your Song of the Week. I hope you did your homework.
I did my homework, but you sort of just gave away my Song of the Week.
No, that wasn't your song.
Yes, it was.
That wasn't your song. That was going to be my song. And I was like, you know what? Let me have a backup because I know Ford is going to do it.
I'll tell you the reason why I chose the song for this.
So this song again, I'll tell you guys again. I Miss You by Björk, but it's the RH Factor Lovely Mix. I'm gonna if you listen to this episode on Spotify, I'm gonna link the song on my Spotify.
Okay. It's I'm gonna stick with that. Let's both do the same song.
No, I have my own.
Okay. The reason I brought it is because I think it's like, I don't know. I think because you responded well to it, which I appreciate. I wanted to like bring something. I want to bring like a connection piece between us two, and it's got like that little bit of like Latin flair, and it's like. It's really fun.
Yeah,
I really like it. Song. And I mean, we're fresh off of like, it was the one song I had on repeat all week.
Oh, okay.
In like making the like Björk cycle playlist. So it really is. I was like looking through like other new music that I've been listening to. And I was like, I could do this, but I didn't have a lot to like say about it or it didn't feel really like personal. So I picked the song because it was just like, I was listening to it all week. It's really fun. I think people would like, I think it's like pretty easy to listen to as like an entry point for Björk because it's just like,
I agree.
It's like a really nice song. It's like just fun. And
it's
like
7 minutes long, by the way, so make sure you have some time to listen to it from
put it on while you're doing chores or cleaning the house or something.
Yes. So my Song of the Week this week is Scared by Fred Again and Young Thug. It's Fred Again's newest release. Fred Again is also in Woodside this weekend doing some shows. I grew up in Woodside and Sunnyside, so it's very strange to see Fred Again posting about Maggie Mays on his Instagram, but I digress. So if you don't listen to Fred Again, definitely go listen to him. Definitely go listen to Scared. It's a great song. I love it. And that's it, Ford. Tell everyone where they can find you.
Okay. In real life, IRL, you can find me at Vital Brooklyn on Sundays, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. Couple different times throughout those days, so check the schedule, come on by. And then on the internet, I'm on Instagram too much, at Ford Alexander Phillips, just my full government name.
Yeah, and that's it. Make sure you comment, like, subscribe, rate this on Spotify if you're on Spotify, subscribe on Spotify, subscribe on YouTube. That we're 10 episodes in. Ford, thank you so much for being here.
Episode
this was
10.
so exciting.
Yay.
And that's it. Love you all. Take care of yourself and each other. Till next time.